Hello, students. Today I am going to show you all the things what we did until now. It will be revision, and after that I will ask some questions from you, and also I will take a small test. Okay, so let's start. The first chapter we did computer and devices. So as you know, now in 21st century, we use computer in every aspect of our lives. You can find them almost everywhere, at your school, at home, at your parents' workplace. Even the new cell phones are small computers. But what exactly is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that can store, retrieve, and process data. You can use it to type document, draw images, listen to music, watch movies, communicate with friends, and much more. So today's different types of computers are available on the market and vary in size and power. There are gaming computers, there are personal computers. So the most common term we use for a computer is PC, which stands for personal computer. The personal computers are the ones that you have in your house or at school, but you can find computer almost everywhere in different forms like phones, like ATMs, supermarkets, cars, even washing machines all use small computers. So now we see different types of computer like the first computer is desktop computer. As you can see in the picture, you can find desktop computer in every household and workplace, and they come in different sizes, small, medium, or large. So our desktop computer does not consist of one device, but it has parts that are connected together. So as you can see the picture, this is the desktop computer, and all these are the parts of the computer. Means there is a mouse, there is a keyboard, there is a scanner, headphones, USB, printer, scanner. There are many things attached with the printer. So the advantage of desktop computer is that they can be upgraded. You can remove the parts that are old and replace them with new ones. So you can have an updated computer without having to buy a new one. You can change the parts if some of the part is not working, like the RAM, like the hard disk, so you can replace it. So some desktop computer have a built-in monitor. These are called all-in-one desktop computers. In the other hand, if we talk about the laptop computers or notebooks, so laptop computers are portable PCs that you can carry almost anywhere you want because they are small. You can take with you if you are traveling, if you are moving from one place to another, but in desktop we cannot, because we cannot move desktop everywhere. So if you want, because they are small, light, and they use a battery, but keep in mind that a battery can last between 2 and 7-8 hours. Laptop computers are so small in size that it's not easy to upgrade them. You may upgrade their memory or a hard disk, but you cannot make any other changes. So you can also connect peripheral or storage device to laptop, like the external device, external hard disk. You can connect with it. So guys, we were talking about now the laptop and the desktop. Now we talk about server. So what is server? So in the server is a main computer that usually provides different services. to other computers. For example, a file server is a computer where all the students of the school can store their files. And a web server is a computer that helps you browse the internet. When you click a link, the web server brings the page you requested to your computer. So there are other types of computers also, like you can see in the picture. This is supercomputers. Supercomputers are really powerful computers with high processing capacity. They are usually big in size, have many processors, and can perform millions of calculations at the same time. Like this, we have tablets computer. Tablet computers are the newest number of the computer world. They usually don't have the keyboard and use a touch screen to input data. Although the concept of a tablet PCs goes back to the 60s, and the first one with Microsoft Windows was created in 2001. They became really popular with the release of Apple iPad in 2010, and nowadays there is a variety with different operating system like Google, Android, Microsoft Windows, and Apple operating system. Nowadays are, everyone knows about the smartphones, and nowadays this mobile phones, I think in every person every person has this smartphones, and this is a small computers. Of course you can always sell your for friends or your grandmothers, but you can also browse the internet, send and receive email, chat with friends, and play games. So this is very useful, and but you should know what is the advantages and what are the disadvantages, not only for smartphones, for any gadget. Yes, game consoles. Game consoles allow you to play video games. Today, the latest console let you browse the internet and play online games. Okay, guys, so now we come on the hardware and software. We learned about this when we refer to the word computer as a concept and not as a device. Two things comes to mind: hardware and the software. So what is the hardware? Hardware is the electrical and mechanical part of the computer. It's all the part that make up the computer, like the monitors, the motherboard, the chips, etc. The physical components of the computers are called basically the hardware. What about the software? A software is a collection of all the programs that are installed on a computer. There are programs that you need in order to operate your computer, such as the operating system or application that you need to be able, like Microsoft Word, Adobe Photoshop, all your games. These are software. So the simple definition, the physical components of the computer, the things you can touch, is called hardware. The things you cannot touch is called softwares. So also we learned about the main parts of the computer. You can see in the diagram This is the CPU case. Okay, and there are many parts of the computer, and the CPU consists of two parts that work together: the ALU, arithmetical and logical unit, which does all the calculations and logical operation, and the CU, control unit, which control and decodes the data from the memory to the CPU. So all the data in the CPU and the memory is stored using a form of electricity. So when the computer is turned off or there is power is failure, all this data is lost. But if you save your data, so it will move to the storage devices. Storage devices means where you are storing the data. It can be hard disk, it can be USB, it can be CD. So this one you can see here, this is the motherboard. What is the motherboard? A motherboard is the main circuit of the computer which all the other parts are connected to. The CPU, the memory, the hard drive, and any peripheral device are all connected to the motherboard. The motherboard jobs is to make all these parts communicate and work together. Also, there is a brain of computer we call CPU, Central Processing Unit. So what is Central Processing Unit? It is the brain of your computer. It's the part that make all of the arithmetic, logical, and input-output operations so that your computer can make all these amazing things. The faster the CPU, the more data it can process in a short period of time. So remember, CPU is the is the brain of the computer. Again, here we comes on the parts of the computer. Like you can see in the diagram, this is RAM. On the motherboard, there are different types of slots, and we put this RAM on that slot. You can see this signs, the same cut you will find in the slots for the RAM. Okay, after that we talk about the hard disk. So hard disk is the storage device, and but before this I want to tell you about the RAM, random access memory. It is used for the information data that is about to be processed from the CPU. It's a volatile memory. Volatile means it's a temporary memory. Whenever you are working on your computer, so everything is stored here. But if you close your computer, so everything will be lost. Everything will be finished from RAM. RAM will be empty when you will open your computer again. But if you save your data, so it goes to the hard disk, and after that, even you shut down the computers, your data will be safe in the hard disk. So what is basically a hard disk? Hard disk is the main storage device of your computer. You can use it to store and retrieve information. All the programs, including the operating system, and all the files that you have created by yourself or copied from other devices, are stored inside the hard disk. The main characteristic of hard drive, it can hold a lot of information. Its storage size, as we say in computer language, is very big. Nowadays, a single hard disk drive can be up to 18 terabyte. It can hold 18,000 movies and millions of songs, pictures, and documents. After that, we learned about the video card. Video card also, this is the part of the computer. Because of this card, you can watch the videos, you can watch the movies, and it's also connected on the motherboard. So the better and video card, the better quality and images. This is especially evident in computer games. Modern video cards are like small computers and they have their own CPU. Okay, guys, so also we learned about the input devices and output devices, but before this, what is input, what is output? Whatever you are giving to the computer, this is inputs. I give you the example. Suppose I'm asking some question. This is input. You are thinking the answer. This is process. And when you will give me the result answer, it will be output. So like this, when you are giving something to the computer, this is input, and if computer is giving to you something, this is output. How we will give to the computer something and computer will give us something. So the device we are using to give input is called input device, like keyboard, mouse, microphone, scanner. So these all are input devices, and computer give us result through monitor, through printer, through speakers. So these all are output devices. Okay, so there are different types of input devices and output devices we learned before, like the mouse, like the microphone, keyboard, and the camera, the scanner. Okay, so these are input devices, and output devices like the monitor, printer, speakers. So when we talk about the input devices and output devices, so these are the devices that can both input and output devices, output data into and from your computer. And also, as I told you before, this RAM is a temporary memory. But when you store your data, it goes to the hard disk, and hard disk is the storage device. So storage device help us store data not only on our computer but also on external devices. So guys, I hope this is clear what is input device, what is output device. So uh, this we learned in the first chapter, and the second chapter, as I told you, uh, about the operating system. And about the operating system, I told you before the Windows we were using DOS, disk operating system. And disk operating system DOS was CUI. CUI means command user interface. User means who's using the computer, means you. Interface means communication between you and the computer. And commands means whatever action we were performing through commands. Suppose we have to make a folder, we have to delete a folder, we have to create the directory, we have to delete the directory. So everything we were doing in the commands. So that's why we call DOS was CUI, command user interface. It was just the black screen, and for every action we write the commands on it. Okay, but if we talk about the Windows, so Windows is GUI, graphical user interface, because now there is graphics, you can watch movies, you can um, play games, and you can do many things, whatever you want. Okay, so guys, the operating system, in the operating system also, you should know now, operating system who operate the system like Windows 95, Windows um, XP. Okay guys, so as you know how to start the computer, you on the power, and after that the first screen of the window is desktop. You click on start. Okay, you find all your programs in when you click on start, so you find all the applications what you have to use it or what you install in your computers. Also we have recycle bin. I told you about the recycle bin. Whatever you delete from your computer, it goes to the recycle bin. Okay, so recycle bins means you don't want anything and you put in recycle bin. Okay, as you know how to shut down the computers, I show you, I explain you. You click on start. There are many ways. You click on start and there is an option shut down. You can shut down, or you can press Control F4. So it will be shut down. Okay, guys. So once you start the program, you can open different types of application like Paint, like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever you want. Okay. So here now we have the task 3. In task 3 we learned about the files and the folder, how we work on files and folders. So I told you these all are the files, okay, but we have to put in one place. So for that purpose we create the folder. There are many ways. There are if you want to create the folders, you just right click on the blank on the empty space, go to new, and when you click on new there is option folder. So you can create a folder here. Suppose I give the name JIS. So JIS is cool. Now I create a folder. Now I want to copy all these files here. So there are 3 ways. The first way, I can select, right click, and I will copy, and I will open this folder. I copy from here, I go to this folder and I paste it. The other way, I can use the shortcut keys from the keyboard like Control C, okay, and go to the folder and press Control V. So this is the second way. The third way, you just select whatever you want to put inside and it drag on the folder. So all the things whatever you select, it will go in this folder. Now you can see all the files you will find in this folder. Okay guys, so now you know how to copy. You can use control, you can hold the control button and press C, so it will copy, and you go on the destination and hold the control button and press V, so it will be paste. There are two things, copy and cut. Copy means it if we copy, so suppose I am copying from here and I am putting here, so the files will be on both places. But if I cut, I select this, right click, and I click on cut, and after that I come here, I paste here. So now you can see if I go there, there is nothing. Now means cut means I remove the things from one place and I put it on another place. So guys, this in this chapter we learned this. We learned also about how to compress files and folders. Means suppose you have a USB for 1 GB and this folder you want to copy from your friend in the USB, but this folder is for the size of this folder is 2 GB and you have USB for 1 GB. So how can you copy this? So you can compress it, you can minimize, you can compress the size of the folder, and after that you can copy in the USB or the CD, whatever you have it. So what will you do? You will right click on it, send to compressed zip folder. I give you example. Suppose you have to go to another country or another city. You have many clothes or many things you want to take with you, but you have a small suitcase. So what you do, you put all the things. Some things you um, put inside the clothes, some things you put um, on the top, and after that you try to zip. And once you arrive to your destination, you open that, you unzip, and then you take out the things whatever you need. So like this is the folder. Now I am compressing. Okay, and once I click on compress, so you will find one folder here, and this folder means the size now it's small, it's compressed. And when you have to open this, so again which place you have to um, uncompress. So you will go there and you will unzip the folder. And suppose you have to go here, you will right click and unzip. So that one also we learned it, how to change the icon size and the detail. So for this I told you, suppose icons means there is a variety of ways in which a list of your files can appear in a folder. So icon means suppose I change the picture for this folder, so this will be the icons on the desktop. Whatever you see, these are the icons. Okay, so suppose I have this folder, I want to change the picture of this icon. I will right click, I will go to properties. Once I click on properties, so this window will be appear. Okay, and there are many things you will see: security, sharing, general. You have to come on customize. When you come on customize, you will find here change icons. You click on change icons, and from here you can take any of the shape. There are many shapes, you can choose anyone, and the picture, the icon will be changed. Suppose I choose this one, I click OK, apply, and then OK. So you can see now I changed this icon. Okay, so like this again, if you go there, properties, customize, you can choose the file. If you want, if you have you want to put your picture on the folder, or so you can choose this. You can change the folder icons, choose a file to show on this folder icons. So everything you can do it. Also there are some options for optimize this folder. Usually we don't use this, but for your general knowledge I am just telling you we can do. Okay, so about the compress, I told you how can you minimize the size, and um, how can we uncompress, or how can we extract all. Okay, so these are the things we learned until now. Also we learned about the recycle bin. The recycle bin, whatever we want to delete, we don't want the things, so we delete from that place and it goes to the recycle bin. So okay guys, now it was the short revision. So I hope now everything is clear. If you have any questions, so you can ask me.